Hey everybody, it's LaDonna Marie, internationally multi-award winning author, speaker, and personal development life coach of LaDonna Marie Books, where my mission is to discover the champion in you through healing and changing the narrative in your life, one book at a time. You can shop and find out more information at www.ladonnamarie.org and check out the shop page. Welcome to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie, a Planting Positive Seeds podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie. I am so excited tonight. We have special guest Nadia Francois on. I can't wait for her to come in and talk to you all. You know, on Planting Positive Seeds, we always want to plant positive seeds in the lives of others daily. And she's been doing so many amazing things out there. Best-selling book just came out. She has her own channel. We're going to talk about that. I'm excited, and I'm going to read you just a little bit of her bio. But, you know, when I bring her in, she can tell you, more things about herself. And so Nadia Francois is a serial entrepreneur and who has a heart for people. She's a hairstylist by trade, and Nadia holds current license in cosmetology and barbering and a BS in business administration. The Baton Rouge native began her entrepreneurial journey at the age of 19. Wow. And she has used her experience and knowledge to help other business owners to start and grow their ventures. You know what? I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to bring her in because I saw some amazing things that I want her to expound on. And so, Miss Nadia, come on into the broadcast. How are you doing tonight?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm so excited to have you on Planting Positive Seeds tonight so that you can, pour into our guests and you can share with us more of the amazing things that you're doing, out there in the world, and just, reading a part of your, bio, just saying what you do and how you're helping yourself and others in the Baton Rouge area. Can you share a little bit more about yourself out of your own words with the listeners of Inspirational Talks?
Yeah, so I am a mother of four, a hairstylist. I'm also a business strategist and the CEO of What's Your Superpower brand, which is a kingdom empowerment brand. It's a digital media company that houses my TV channel, What's Your Superpower TV, also my TV show with the same name, and some other great shows from other content creators. I also have a podcast and a magazine titled Power Conversations. So I'm a digital media company, also assists with publishing and compilations and different media. So that's pretty much. And then I also have my nonprofit organization, Sisters of Empowerment, where I give back to the community in different ways, specifically our scholarship program for high schoolers, and we mentor female entrepreneurs through that platform as well.
Wow. I am so grateful and thankful because when I read that, I was like, wow, she does all of that. First we met because I was on your podcast, your Power Up Conversations, and I was on it and I was so, excited to be on there. It was the first one. I was talking about my latest, book. And I did not know that, you had all this amazing, other things, going on, as well as I saw that you all made a bestseller on the recent book that you just published. And so congratulations on everything that you're doing. And I love, when I read about your nonprofit, and thank you for sharing it with, our listeners, because we, I do the same thing as well with my nonprofit, Planting Positive Seeds. This is a part of it, helping to, give scholarships to girls coming out of high school, going into college, because I just want to pour back into them. And I love, the mentorship that you're doing as well. And so, Nadia, I'm grateful that you have, for your yes, to be able to pour back into, the people in your environment and all over the world, because you're a digital, platform. And so I know just as well as I'm in Mississippi and some other people who were on your podcast, the Power Conversations podcast, we were from all over the world.
Yes. It's actually a great pleasure. Just being a female entrepreneur myself for so long. And also prior to all of this technology and digital age, it just lets me know that entrepreneurship is not easy, and much as the internet wants to portray it as easy and quick and, bubbling, it's really not that. It's really not that. It's a lot of hard work, but with consistency and, of course, deep prayer and faith,
Exactly.
It's definitely possible. Yes.
It's definitely possible. And I want to also just, top my hat to you, because you're a mother of 4, and, like you said, to continue to follow your dreams and, model for your children, being an entrepreneur, chasing after your dreams. Like, my hat goes off to you, because I do the same thing, with my 2 boys. I've been doing it ever since they've been little. And like you said, it's almost been 20 something years of my life since I first started, but about 12 years, having them and working full time and, trying to do all that God, have placed on the inside of me. So, again, just kudos for you and, your give back and the impact that you're making where you are. I want to segue into asking you, what inspires you to do what you do, because this is an amazing, journey that you're on.
So, of course, having to raise my sons as a single parent for the last 15 years has definitely been a part of it, a part of my inspiration. They are pretty much my why. But of course, I was pursuing entrepreneurship far before I became a mother. But the inspiration definitely came more to be independently self-employed was through my kids, and also through the hardships that I went through as an employee. It's some things I went through that made me say I will never work for anyone again in my life. And so I stated that in 2010, and in 2011 I made that decision, and then I made that change, and I have been fully an entrepreneur for the last, almost 10 years. So but before that, of course, I had to work for other people. I've had to continue to hustle with my own ventures and be a mother and try to be a person. So it's definitely been a struggle, but through all of that, I found my strength and I found my purpose, which is to empower the next female, and not just the entrepreneur, but just the woman, period, because we go through so much just trying to identify and, pull our own personalities out of all of the different roles that we have to carry. So that's pretty much where my inspiration comes from, just my walk, and then actually knowing my purpose.
Yes, and once again, that is, it's amazing. And like you said, even just to walk through it, but I know sometimes it could be challenging, because I would many times always be like, okay, so I have on this hat today, this hat right now, this hadn't wearing the many hats, but then at the end of the day, trusting God to help, get those goals and those dreams, you know what I'm saying, just started and to continue to work in it and
Yes.
empowering others as you go. And that was one of the things for me. I was talking to someone the other day and she was just like, what inspires you? She asked me like, what inspired me to write? And I said, it was always to help other people. I was like, because when God first gave me that at 14, he was just like, I'm going to heal you, but you're going to help me heal others. And so my mindset always, even though he was doing the work on me, my mindset was still like, okay, how can I help others? Like, what can I do today to help others? And so like all of this planting positive seeds and the mentorship and stuff started coming about. So thank you so much for sharing, that with us. I want to start right here and just talk about some of your achievements, because I know, like you said, I know you just came out with a book. I saw it. Congratulations, a compilation. Tell us a little bit about some of your achievements.
Yeah, so in July, we launched Powerful Affirmations for Fempreneurs, which is a success tool for kingdom business women. And we launched, it has been so well received. Myself and 22 other co-authors poured into the book. Yes, and we have affirmations there, prayers there, and just a motivational tool, and also a tool to help us empower ourselves daily. Because in business, it's needed without business, to be honest.
Right.
And also the book can look, any woman, you don't actually have to be in business, but all of the ladies that contributed were entrepreneurs. So from one businesswoman to another, we share these affirmations and these prayers just to build each other up. Because even like we already said about the different roles and hats that we have to wear, we need building up ourselves, and sometimes we just have to do it ourselves. There's not just a person that's gonna call you and give you that word, or
Come on.
you sometimes you got to encourage yourself. So that was the main purpose of the book, just to put it in the hands of some ladies that need encouragement, who want to build their faith and build favor with God within their businesses. So that book is doing really well right now. The ladies and it's not so much the book, it's the growth in the authors that contributed. Like a lot of them have started, different businesses or different other projects that were birthed from this project. So that's the beauty of it. And then just God making everything work together, right? So of course it's a lot of work to work with 22 different writers, but I swear every time I do this, God makes it where everything just fits right in. Like I don't have to make anything fit, anything work. It just fits right in. So it's really been a blessing to be a blessing, because I know that this is helping not just the ladies that were in the book, but everyone that gets to read it. And it's empowering the kingdom. That's my deal, just to always be able to give God the glory for everything that occurs in my life. Yes, because without him, there's no me. I cannot operate without him, and especially not in excellence. So I continue to keep my hand in his, my eyes on him, and let him lead me with these projects and with the ladies I work with, and just
Yeah, and that's wonderful. I love the fact that, the ladies poured into this project, and probably some of them, it was their first time doing books and things, and this was something new for them, and then they ventured into doing other things. And that's empowerment, just alone with itself, because knowing that you can, or believing and having the faith to even start and to try. And then all the things happen, when you put your faith into it. That's amazing. And I really love the fact that they've started their own things, and it was an inspiration, and trusting God to just, get the right people at the right time to continue, like you said, to impact the kingdom and to let other women out there know that they can do, amazing things that they put their mind to. So once again, congratulations on that. I was excited when I saw it coming across social media, because I know what it takes, to be a co-author in a book. I've co-authored, I think, about 15. And every time I just want to, give everything that God has given to me to the project, and to help, those who will pick it up and those who will read it. And so at this moment, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back right after this commercial, okay? I have gained so many valuable lessons from my experiences. In writing Things I Wish I Knew, Letters to My Little Sisters is a collection of heartfelt conversations with young girls and young adults all over the world, helping them to be prepared for things ahead. All right, everyone, welcome back to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie. I am your host, and we're talking to Ms. Nadia Francois. It's been an amazing show. We've been talking about the latest book that they've done. We've talked about her being a queen and a mother of 4 boys, and a lot of things that she has going on, her nonprofit business. And so now this is the part of the program where we're going to talk about, how those things that we had to overcome. We know we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. I have a woman of God on the line with me. And so just helping to share with some other people how we, how God have allowed us to triumph. And, when we going through different things, because I would often see people sometimes will get stuck in their moments. And so if you could share a time with some of the listeners who come on and they want to, be poured into, a time when you overcame an obstacle to help you to get to where you are today.
Girl, there's several times that I have overcome obstacles, to be honest. Of course, with being a single parent, that in itself brought about a lot of obstacles, and not just as far as the children, because I had to deal with myself, and so I'll just use, for example, mental health.
Yes.
And trying to, be a mom, be an entrepreneur, be a mentor, just handle all of the roles. And it gets really stressful. And sometimes you just, when it's really, really bad, you don't want to do anything. You don't want work. You don't want to be mom. You don't want to be nobody. You just want to be left alone and, of course, have a pity party and all that good stuff. But, I really find my strength in God and in the Word and in my faith. It took me a while. Now, I'm definitely not a preacher or a pastor or clergy or anything, but I am a very strong believer, and I have a very strong personal relationship with God. And so it took me a while to get there. So I'm not trying to sound like, nothing can shake me or anything, but I promise you, a lot of the things that I have been through, I feel like it's almost nothing can shake me. I really feel like that. But going through those things, keyword is through. We always have to remember the light on the other side of the tunnel, guys. And so, just throwing God's promises back at him is one way I was able to overcome a lot of my adversity, remembering who I am and whose I am. And also, just getting back to giving myself grace. I'll put it like that, like not trying to live up to everyone else's standards for me, but being exactly who God created me to be, and embracing that, just embracing that, okay, yeah, you may be strong in 10 areas, but you may also be weak in 10 areas, and so always giving myself, not always, but when I learned, right? But so learning to give myself grace, because God is the one that's going to clean it all up anyway. So, when you have those moments where you are going through things and things are just not going the right direction, or you think that they're not going the right direction, because sometimes we can get that no just to turn around and get that yes, right? Or the door can close, but the window may open, or, whatever, however you want to put it. Sometimes we have to look at our decisions as opposed to, everything being about God and the devil. Sometimes it's just the decision that you made, and it's coming back around to rectify itself,
Right.
So just and just really being real, being real and honest with yourself, and recognizing what am I going through here. And then once you recognize what you're going through, like I said, just faithing it up, praying, asking God for direction, because when our steps are ordered by him, we cannot make a mistake, right? If we are doing what God told us to do, we can't make a mistake in that. Because even if we start going a little bit to the left, he's going to shift us back on over to the right. You know what I'm saying? So and back to, it takes time. Like, don't think that you're just going to wake up and you're going to have it all figured out. And, you're not going to bump your head. You're not going to slip. You're not going one foot on a banana peel and the other foot somewhere else, So just embracing it all, embracing the good and the bad, and just taking it head on is how I have just learned to approach everything. Because I've also learned, in working for the kingdom, the enemy is ready for you
every day.
He's so ready. So you have to, yes, he is. I think the enemy and his team are more on their game than us. And we have to step our game up, right? We have us kingdom people. And I ain't talking about church people. I'm talking about kingdom people, the believers, those of us that were sent here to lead our people back to Christ. We have to step our game up. We have to step our game up. We have to stop being so meek and mild and be really bold and radical for Christ, because the other team is bold and radical, right? So we have to step our game up, and that's just my ideology, and how I feel about it.
Yes, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. Just as a believer of God and being in the kingdom, that's one of the things that I learned, Nadia. I promise you, I learned it at the age of 14, because the moment that it was like the moment the Lord told me exactly what he wanted me to do with helping to heal, people, it was just like the enemy got on the back of my foot. And it was just from then on, it was on. It was like game on. And I would say to, many people, I was just like, but I had the sword of the spirit back in the day. I had word in me. And so I would just, say the word and keep moving. But like you said, we do have to continue to be radical, because even in these times when I'm, raising my boys and I'm talking to them about certain things, and sometimes I'm a little bit more passionate about it. And because I told them I don't play with no spirits because of what I know and what I've been through. And I know that the chase, but I still know that God is bigger than anything. that he's going to protect us. He's going to, like you said, go through. I say that all the time. We have to grow through, to go through, and we're going through these places that we're going to go through, but we're still going to have to go through them. And so I've experienced so much stuff, but like you said, also I learned how to give myself grace. I've learned how to give myself grace and endure the journey. The last book that I just wrote was called The Journey, The Path. And I know that the Lord was calling it for such a time as this, because I had to just let others know how to embrace the journey, how your choices and things can, like you said, catch back up. Sometimes it's just a matter of the decisions that you make. The Bible says, choose you this day. What you gonna serve? So which one? What are you going to do? But in so many aspects of life, we do have to just be radical. And I know in this year, like never before, the Lord is doing something within me to speak up more about certain things and to, help others understand just in day-to-day life. I don't ever have to be on a large platform, because most of the stuff, whenever the Lord asks me, like you said, you'll be going one way, he'll say, go back this way. I'm always listening in the hallway, wherever he'll have me, because I know that there's a purpose for whatever he's going to ask me to do. And so I'm thankful that you shared that with us, because we do have to get on our kingdom, be about our kingdom business. And it's not just, not having to be always out there, but in the day-to-day, of our life and the people that we meet, and like all of the girls and things that you're helping, and the women that you're helping, and, those who you may be the only person that can speak life into them. And that's for anybody out there that's listening. Like, we have to do what we've been called to do in the fashion that God has called us to do it. And so thank you for sharing that, because I know I have a lot of things that have happened in my life. But the thing that I know the most is that as long as the Lord gives me another day on the earth, I have another day to complete whatever he's giving me. I have another day to try to, get to the next point of where he's asking me to go, or what he's, trying to lay before me. And I always had to give myself grace too, because a lot of the things that I do now, these are things that he told me about when I was younger. And, I had to stay steadfast and unmovable to be able to see them manifest now. But he was telling me about them when I was younger. And so thank you again for sharing, what you've gone through and how you've overcame. And, we all go through stuff, everybody goes through stuff. But when we learn the lesson and we grow, that's the most important part. And then we can share it with others to help them. I'm just excited, because I love just having these conversations, because it just opens up, life for people. And I think that was one of the main reasons why God wanted this podcast, because he started this within me back in 2014. And I was a mom of two. They were really young at the time. And I was trying my best to get it out. And I only did 3 shows. I only did 3 shows, but I was trying. And then probably like last year, I was praying hard, and I heard him say, start the podcast back. And so we celebrated a year of being back. This is episode 36. I'm so proud of just the growth of doing it. And so, I'm thanking you for being one of our guests, and you're sharing your life with others out there. So we have to continue to stay faithful and continue to do what God has asked us to do. And so thank you so much. I know I want to ask, because I always ask my guests, we talk about all the things that we do, and we have, a lot of things for the kingdom and just, the dreams that God has given us. But what are some things that you do for fun? Because I know we're on the go all the time, or we may not be, but what do you do for fun?
I love to travel for fun. And if I can't travel, I like to be alone.
I understand.
I do, but outside of that, I also like to, hang with my friends and go out to brunch and dinner. Of course, we in the South, we love to eat. But I like to just be the opposite of what I have to be for my business. And that's just sitting back and enjoying, the simple things.
And I understand that, because I tell a lot of people, I joke with my sister all the time that I'm an introvert, and I like quiet times, and I watch TV, and I'll binge watch shows. I won't say I'm a big TV watcher, but I'll binge watch some shows, just to have a little time to just be, quiet and steep.
Time out.
Right, because like you said, we have to do so much for our businesses, and like I always tell people, the reason why they think I'm an extrovert is because I'm not gonna tell God no. Like if He asks me to go and speak or do this or that and the other, whatever He asked me to do, I'm just like, okay, Dad, I'm going to go do it. But at the same time, once I'm finished with my assignment, that quiet time is what I love, and I love a good meal too. I love to eat and to share a good meal and some laughs with some friends. So thank you again for sharing that, because we need a balance. We need a healthy balance, and that's the reason why I always ask that question, because we need a balance for everything that we've been created to do and that we have on our plates to do, but then we also need that balance. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so now we're at the part where I just want to ask you, any final thoughts, anything that you want to share, with the listeners that we didn't, talk about. We want to talk more about your nonprofit, anything that you would like to share, or how they can get in contact with you, or how can they donate, to your nonprofit, or be a part of your channel. So share some of that information with the listeners so they can reach out to you if they would like to learn more about, what you're doing.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, I can be reached, of course, on my website, www.nadiafrancois.com, but I'm also on all social media as Aries International, and also as What's Your Superpower TV or What's Your Superpower Anthology. So, but if you go to my website, of course, all of those are linked there. Right now we have a good bit of things going on, of course. Looking forward to season 3 of What's Your Superpower TV show. So we will be launching season 3 in October. We are definitely accepting features of lady entrepreneurs, community leaders, philanthropists, etc., authors, coaches, whoever. And I always have the door open for my podcast interviews. Those air every Thursday at 8 a.m. on all the podcasting platforms. Okay. Also have the magazine, where it's a free online publication, but I do have special editions that we offer in print. And I also offer the opportunity for free listings of your event. So if you have an upcoming event, guys, you can email it to me and I'll list it in the magazine. And that email is wysptv2020@gmail.com. You can always find that, or also on any of my social media or my website. But yes, so that's just some of what I have going on that's coming up right now. Of course, we always have book features. We just, of course, finished Powerful Affirmations for Fempreneurs. Before the year is out, I will open up the roster for What's Your Superpower Anthology Part 2 and A Mother's Prayer, a love letter to my daughter. So this, and both of these will be anthologies for any author, novice or seasoned, to be a part of. So we will kick those off. We're not going to launch this year. But we are going to accept the prospects and the authors. So I'm very excited about that. But other than that, just steadily keeping things going. I did not mention my beautypreneur ventures, but I do have my online beauty supply boutique where I sell my own product line. So we also have that going. I'm still building that brand. So of course, We are always accepting people. I have a promotion called Free Sample Friday, where you can get a free sample of the product and you give us your review. So just doing different things to continue to enhance my brand, and also to just bring up other women with me, like bring up the other entrepreneurs with the features and the listings and the magazine and all that. And then I also work really closely with our network owner at Exposure TV Network. So I'm going to have some things coming out there, like some new things coming out with the channel. So just steadily working, steadily grinding, but I'm very excited about it.
Well, congratulations on everything. That is amazing, on everything that's upcoming and what you're working on your beauty brand. So listeners out there, we're going to make sure we put all her information in this broadcast so that you'll be able to, link up with her. She has so many amazing opportunities to help you to make your stamp in the world, follow your dreams as well. And so I thank you again, Ms. Nadia, for sharing this time with us here at Planting Positive Seeds to encourage and plant positive seeds in the lives of others. So I want to just thank you again for coming on to the show.
You are very welcome, and thank you for having me. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. So listeners, make sure you stay tuned and be with us on every Monday at 6:30 Central and 7:30 Eastern. Come back, invite a friend, leave us a message, give us a rating on Apple, on iTunes. So thank you all, and have a great night, everybody. This has been another purpose-packed episode of Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie, a Planting Positive Seeds podcast. Please remember to like, share, and tell your friends about the podcast. Stay tuned for many more Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie.